Small town garden. This is my garden. I live in town. Although we do have a very big backyard for living in town, my garden is only about 31 feet wide by 41 feet deep. There is a little jut out over here. Let me show you. So as you can see, there's like a little jut out there. Those are my strawberries and raspberries behind the shed. But if you were to just cut that off straight, it's 41 feet from this corner to the back. Right away you can see I have cucumbers growing up the first arbor. These are lemon cucumbers. Oh, there's one. There's a little guy in there. And then on the back side, this bed here is 2 feet wide by 6 feet. And this is another variety of a pickling cucumber. The lemon cucumbers kind of took over. This is my daughter's little herb bed. This one is 4 feet by 6 feet. I had onions planted in here. I picked all them. Now I have cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower, which looks like have been decimated probably by a rabbit that keeps getting in here. It's pretty much all gone. This is rhubarb. It's coming back. I just cut it back not that long ago, and it's filling back out, so I'll probably have another harvest of it before fall. And I have some marigolds that are toppling over. Those need trimmed. And this is tomatoes. These are all of my paste tomatoes. They're starting to get sickly, but I've harvested so many from them. And in between my tomatoes, I have basil back in there. That's a purple opal basil. And between the marigolds and the basil, I have not seen one tomato hornworm this year. And after the tomato bed, this was full of green beans. I had 3 rows of bush green beans, but I've pulled 2 of the rows, and I've planted tomatoes and broccoli, which is getting eaten as well. And some more tomatoes, some more broccoli. There's a little basil, and then some kale there. And then on this trellis, another variety of bean. These are rattlesnake pole beans. These are my absolute favorite. So these are really cool. I don't know if you can see them. So they get streaked like that. The flavor is incredible. And then in this bed, right now it's empty. I'm about ready to plant, I'm not sure yet, maybe some more lettuce, or I don't know if I can get some cabbage and broccoli without them getting eaten, maybe that. But it was full of beets, and I had some kohlrabi. That's what's left of the kohlrabi. It needs pulled out. And then right here, this bed, as you can see down here, are my strawberries. I have strawberries right there, and then that there are raspberries. And then back in that corner there, that is another compost pile. And those are peppers. Those are banana peppers. And I have some California Wonder. They're red. They're starting to turn. Here's a big one. If I can find it here. There. So it's just starting. This guy here is just starting. He's a big one though. And then, so I have a lot of peppers. And then here are some eggplants. Right here I have 4 eggplants and some more basil. And these were peas. These were snap pea or sugar snap peas, snow peas. These were snow peas. But they were dying, and so I just let what was left just fill out there on the vine. So I will save these seeds, and I'll just let them dry. It can actually eat the peas out of them if I wanted to, but yeah, they're getting real fat because they're done. And then this last big bed, there's kale. I have another pepper plant there because I ran out of space to put them. So I have kale and the pepper in between, and then I have a shade cloth, and underneath is lettuce. My Swiss chard. Oh, here we go. I have some Swiss chard. Looks like one of them got eaten. I had 3 of them. So there's one there, and then this one here got ate by something. I don't know what ate it. Who knows? Pests. So it's really weedy in here, so ignore my weeds, but there's lettuce growing down there, which I'm excited about. And my zucchini, my poor zucchini. I've been struggling with squash bugs. This guy here, I took off as many yellow leaves as I could, and left the real green ones, but as you can see, he's pretty much done. And this guy's still looking okay, but pretty soon he'll look like this one. I've been trying to pull as many as I can, as quickly as I can, smush the eggs, but I just can't keep up with everything. And then this is just a random squash. He's grown a lot in the past couple days. He's now going to be taking over my garden. Not sure what the variety is. I think it's probably something that we threw out the seeds and it just decided to grow because that's our compost pile there. But out of all my squash, this one looks the best. They all looked beautiful like that until bugs got to them. So this one here, it's actually doing much better. I thought I was going to lose it, but it might survive yet. So this is a Dutch crookneck squash. I have one there, it's about ready to harvest, and one down there. Those were my first 2 on there, and for the longest time I only had 2. And this guy is huge. Like, that's my hand, and that's how big it is. There's another big one right here starting, and then there's 2 more down there. That one at the very end is this one right there, is probably gonna be about as big as this one here. And these little boxes are only 1 foot wide by 4 feet long. And then my delicata squash, he's dead. I'm gonna have to pick those off. He had squash vine borer. I tried. I sprayed with BT. I cut out some worms out of the stem, and there were too many. But I have 5. There's one hiding down there. I have 5 little squashes on it. And then here's my last little squash bed. This was a Hubbard squash. He had a few beautiful squash on him, and he got vine borer as well. So now he's lying here. Rest in peace. This is the view looking out. So pretty. Three beds this size, the 4x6, 4 if you count this one here that's longer, where you could like cut it off and make it the same size as these. So before, and then up along the fence is just a half of one. That one, 2 foot by 6 foot right there. On this side, these are 4 foot by 12 feet. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half of that size. And I say half because the end is 12 foot by 2 foot up against the fence. Don't mind the grass growing in between. I need to pull all that. And then here, the carrots are 2 feet by 24. Goes down with zinnias in the middle. And then down in this corner right here, the rhubarb is 2 feet by 6 feet. Actually, I think it's 2 feet by 8 feet. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to get the tape measure out. But anyway, it's a little bed there. I have these 3 here that are 1 by 4 that are along the back fence, and a compost pile here. And who says you can't grow food in a small space? I mean, look at this. This is so beautiful. Now, my garden is not as pretty as it was at one point this summer, but it's getting towards the end of the season. It's time to pull out plants. It's time to start new for fall. I'm Brandy. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.